Okay, so let's do a quick recap of last week with respect to trade days and trade hours. So I've got them up here. These are the trade days. Okay, so gold, Thursday, euro dollar Thursday or Friday, Bitcoin Wednesday, Thursday or Friday, SP 500 Tuesday, Friday, Dow Jones and Nasdaq Monday, Friday. And these are the trading hours, right? So this is for Monday. Now remember, it's UTC +3, all right? So it's not New York hours. You got to convert them nice and easy, and you know where to convert them from, so it's not a big deal. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can just freeze it and take a screenshot, mark in the hours on your chart and see how things panned out. I'll just take gold as an example. I also gave 2 videos on case study for gold. I did say this should break out to the upside. Why? Because I said it was highly likely going to break to the upside because of this here. All right, so nice swing down, closing the gap, closing up. So going to the upside, breaking out was nice. Also, you can see here the market bought at 60, which is 4,458. It did that in Asia, nice and easy, and it did not go below that level in New York and just shot to the upside. I did say also in the case study video, remember with the timing, I said, guys, you can just square this out. Okay, you can square this out, and if it breaks out on a good buy kiss, you can go in. Okay, if you did that, you should have been just fine. And I did say I was long on gold, and I had trades in there, as you'll recall. And I did say we shouldn't go below this zone, all right? Because 4,458, I think it was that bar there. We should not go below there because it was a PST level, right? Okay, so wouldn't want to be going below there. And the market just went up really nice and easy, just going to the upside, all good. This is coming from the weekly PST. Remember, we hit a target, market comes down, hits the target, starts buying. This week goes up to the good buy kiss 71, which is a price of 4,519, all known in advance on the PST indicator, that is. Okay, 4,519. 4,519. We are $2 short, and we've pretty much there. All right, so all honky-dory, no big deal. Okay, if you hit the target, nice and easy. If you bought again on a good buy kiss, this is a trading hour, remember, Friday. $8.45, which is $7.45 on the platform. 7:45 market comes back again for a good buy kiss, giving you a second chance. If you bought, you would have had a good intraday trade. All right, so nice and easy, all good. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Bitcoin as well. Let's take a look. Now remember, with Bitcoin, I actually got out yesterday because we were here on the daily. Now remember, we got Thursday, Friday. Now today, let's actually take a look. I hope this MetaTrader 4 opens the Bitcoin, because I'm having a bit of a drama with the MetaTrader 4. We'll just keep it at that, see how it happens, because Bitcoin was on the cards as well. Remember, Bitcoin Thursday or Friday, right? Here we are. Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. But what are we waiting for? We're waiting for the right price. Now look what happens on Wednesday. And if you watch the videos, I said, guys, Wednesday can be a big bar, okay? When we're trading, because it can be like a bar, like a big bar. And it came down. Now I did say you could go long with it if it comes down. Why? Because it's like, you see how the bar closed really high on the edge here. So the market's got buyers, all right? There are buyers in the market, but they'd like to close the gap to go back up. So the market, as I did say, remember from last week with the PST figures, I said, guys, you could go up from here all the way into there, okay, into this bar, this zone here, this blue bar. And the market came all the way in there, and it's a strong buy before the retracement, closing There is a little bit more room to close here, which the market can close next week. If it does that on a swing day, you'd want to be buying again. But you see how the market taps in on Thursday. This is Thursday. Remember, we've got Thursday, Friday. Now, why we're not buying on a Wednesday? Because it's not at a buy level. Look, this is the bar where we want to buy. Okay, this is the buy zone. Remember, I'm marking zones, right? If we go up, it's a swing day, sell day. So Wednesday was a trade day, all right? So market sells off on a Wednesday, fine. All right, good. Now we've got Thursday, Friday. Now we are at a buy zone, okay? Nice and easy, going to the upside when at the right time, which is right there. Okay, so this is like kind of nice to see. And this is Friday. Market dips down again. So this would have been your buying, bang to the upside, comes back again. See how it respects that zone. Nice and easy. Okay, it just respects the zone. Okay. Whoopsie daisy. There. Pumps up from there, comes back down. Now it closes the gap there, nice and easy, and stalls. Now I don't know what's going on with it. Let's see if, no, it didn't open yet, unfortunately. So this is a bit of a drama for us, but you know, what can you do? But that's Bitcoin. All right, so it's like nice to see it as well. Just have to match your daily zones, or your, if you're working on a 4-hour chart or a 1-hour chart, that's fine too. Just according to the technical analysis, we know we measure the level. That's a trade day. Great. Are we there? Yes. What time is it? It's a trade hour. We're in the time zone at the trade day at the right price. Okay? Trade day, trade hour, price. So now we are off. Okay, so beautiful move going all the way into the trade hour on Thursday, enough to take a good profit. And if you open a second position, you could also keep that as well. But because we've got 2 days, Thursday and Friday, okay, you know, you want to be managing the trade a bit more tightly. Okay, and that's basically, and the market, look, comes back again. It's a trade hour here. Look, dips down into the bar that caused the breakout. Market buys again at the trade hour. Nice and easy. Comes back, retests same place with New York, and then bang, push to the upside. Okay, it's just time and price. Let's take a look at the indices too, right? So what have I got here on the indices? Tuesday and Friday for SP 500, for Dow Jones and Nasdaq Monday and Friday. So let's open it up. Okay, here we are. So this is okay. So this is it for SP 500. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. So we're up here. Okay, now here, Tuesday, that would have been a high coming from that previous one, remember? So last week's Thursday, Friday, was that Monday? Last week's Friday, I am sorry. Okay, so let's see. Last week it would have been 29th of December. Then we had SP 500 Thursday or Friday. Thursday the market was closed. Friday. Okay, so that is, as you can see, the 2nd of January. So from Friday we've gone into Tuesday. All right, and this week Tuesday was a swing day. So Tuesday, the market comes down a little bit on Wednesday, closes that gap. Where is that gap? Let's see. Nothing. It's not that one. Okay, it's that gap there on Friday. So it goes up on Tuesday. All right, so Tuesday, then the market retraces a little bit. Friday we are back up. So Tuesday, Friday, from the lows going into there. All right, that would have been it. Now, when the market closes this high, because you see this is bullish, right? Then you have to be careful when selling, okay? Because you got higher highs, higher lows. You see, market's trending to the upside. So if you're going to go against the grain, what do I always say? Smaller lot size. Make sure you got time and price on your side. Okay. So from one Friday to the next Friday here. So obviously, if you want to be safe, you want to be making sure you trade on the trade hours. Okay. So let's see, this is like Wednesday, market buys from the trade hours, buys from the trade hours, goes to the upside, collapses then into the trade hours, stabilizes there. Thursday, let's see what happened on Thursday. Thursday, let's take a look at New York, right? New York, 5 to 525, which is 4 to 425 on a Thursday, 4 o'clock to 425. Let's see. This is 4 o'clock. 4:25. So market takes a dip into there. Not a really great move for us. If we find direction, the first target is 8:45. If we find direction. So that direction didn't work out. 8:45 is 7:45 on the platform. Okay, so from here the market took a dip, and then that's your first target there. All right, so it was a bit of a choppy thing. Then again, volatile into 1050 to closing. 1050 is going to be 950, isn't it? So 950 is there, ladies and gentlemen. And then closing, as you can see there. All right, closing, going into the closing there. So that's about it. Okay, so this one, we took a dive there, we took a dive there, we took an up move. And on Friday, on the SP 500, let's see New York, what happened. New York, so we're going to look at 245 to 315, which is going to be 145 to 215. 145, that's your 145 to 215, 2 o'clock, 215 here. All right, market chucks a breakout. Then what did I say? If it turns, if it does not turn, it will have a drive to push into 845. So it didn't turn, it has a drive to push into 845, which is 745, which is there. All right, 745 on the platform. It's got a drive to push in there. So obviously knowing that in advance does help, all right, because then you know, well, if we're going in that direction, we have a drive until 8:45 my time, 7:45 on the platform, which means I don't have to panic too much. Okay, so that could be like really stress-free trading. And did I make any other comment? Yeah, it drives into 8:45 and that's it. So if you went up to here, you would have taken profit. The market pretty much closed there as well. You see, that's the closing. So all good. All right, let's take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ, here we are. From last into here, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Monday all the way into Friday, nice and easy. Right there. So this is just one leg. Remember, we had Friday as well. Last Friday, and this was the zone, remember? Now later this zone is going to break down. Okay, so when the market comes back down a second time down here, it'll break down. But until then, we're all good. Going into Friday, so it's all fine. Dow Jones also going into Friday. Okay, let's see here. Remember, we had this zone we needed to close here last Friday. Monday, market comes down into Friday, was a swing day. Monday, we're opening and going to the upside. Okay, nice and easy, going all the way into there. Now we can get rid of both of these now. Okay, so that's that. So from Monday all the way into Friday. Okay, there we go. And that's basically it. Let me just see if that Bitcoin opened up. Nah, it didn't. It didn't, I'm afraid. Okay, so never mind. But what you can do is also check the hours. Okay, see where, or what time the action all happened, and so on. And sometimes, like I said, I make comment on the volatility of the market, tell you when there's excitement happening, expecting volatility into a certain hour is important, because like I did in the gold case study yesterday, if I'm expecting volatility and I want to know what hours they're on, I want to be on top of it, because we're day trading more often than not. So we want to be on top of when those hours are going to be. So I hope that helps. Also, if you haven't watched the case studies, because time and price trading really reduce your risk, reduce the stress as well, because when things are happening, highly likely to happen anyway. And if they don't, you just don't trade at those hours and you just let it go. So it's much more relaxed and smart way to trade. Have a good week, have a good weekend, and see you next time.